Are you trying to navigate this crazy thing called life? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Unraveling with Rayne. Hey guys, welcome back. And we are here today with Chalis Anderson, who is a massage therapist and owner of Transformative Touch.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Good day. Good
Yeah?
hot day.
Oh, so hot today.
Yes.
You know, I took my kids to the park and we went to one that had one of those splash pad areas.
Yes.
And I told them, I was like, you're going to want to go in the water. You better get your swimsuits. And they're like, no, we just want to play. And sure enough, by the time I got there, they were so ready to
I'm
get in the
sure.
water.
At my apartments, they're still fixing the pool, and my daughter just keeps looking out. Like, when are they going to be done? I was like, I don't know. We'll have to go somewhere else. So
Yeah.
Kids love water in the summer.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
So much. So how is being a mom?
I don't think I was made to be one,
No.
but I'm learning as I go. Yeah, I'm not too much of a kid person.
Really?
But I've learned to, it teaches me patience.
Oh.
Yes. Especially with my 11-year-old, she just questions everything I do, and if I say the wrong thing, like if I say, go to the door and I meant something else, she's like, oh no, that's not right, and I'm always getting corrected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun game to play.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up?
Well, I was born in Pasco.
Mm.
I went to Pasco High.
Nice.
Growing up. And I've lived in Seattle, I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in California. That was my recent adventure is California. So I've been back for 5 years.
Oh, nice.
But after my daughter finishes middle school, I plan on leaving again.
Do you? Are you headed back there?
I don't know. Somewhere.
No. Somewhere. Anywhere.
Who knows? But I'll be leaving, I know, in a few years. This is just where I was born, but where I'm not meant to stay. Yeah.
Yeah. Even I've noticed that a lot with people that are from here or born here. They always have a tendency to come back at some point.
Yes.
And then maybe they'll stay, maybe they'll leave. Who knows?
It was easy for me to start my business here because I knew a lot of people, so that's good. Mm-hmm. And when I do move, I plan on starting Transformative Touch other places, so I already have that knowledge and things, so it won't be too nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Are you from here?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I actually grew up out in Burbank. Yeah, so small town, small community. Same kind of thing you're talking about, you know, a lot of people, so it's easy to, you know, get projects off the ground and to work within the community. So I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It's a weird thing once you move into the Tri-Cities, though, because I was always so used to saying, like, well, I'm going to head into town, and it's like, you know, at least 25-minute drive anywhere. So, but it was a nice transition, I guess.
How long have you been here?
Oh, goodness. So I, like you, moved away for a little while after I graduated high school. I lived in the Seattle area, and then I also was in California for a small bit.
Okay.
Something about California, I tell you.
It's high pace.
Yes.
I thought LA is a place everyone moves to act like someone else.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody I met, when I first met them, you know, coming from Chicago or wherever, they were one way, and then a few months later they were Californianized or whatever, like just totally different.
They caught the California feel.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. Yep. And so then I came back here and I guess I met my husband in the Seattle area, but we actually started dating when I moved back here, and I've been here since 2008, end of 2008, so yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I think I'm going to be one of those that stays, though.
It's a good place to raise your family.
I was going to say, it depends on once those babies get a little older, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a good place, really good place, family. Yes.
Agreed. So tell me about this process of becoming a massage therapist. Like, what spurred that for you?
So I think in 2011, I just wanted to get up out of here.
Yeah.
So I moved to California, and I was moving around. I stayed with my cousin and my aunt for a little bit, and my best friend Allison, she was missing me, so she had this good idea to come where I was and let's go to massage school. Hey, I'm not doing anything. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we just started going to school up in California.
And what was schooling like?
I went to 2 schools. The first school we didn't really like. It was kind of one teacher, and I like multiple teachers, and just to keep my interest, it's kind of hard to sit there and listen all day to one person. So I didn't really like that school, but I moved to Southern California, and I went to a school with all different types of teachers, different types of people, and I loved it.
Oh, nice. Little change up there.
Very much so.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, a little bit different pace. Much better for learning what you wanted to learn and take away what you wanted to take away from that. And then, so how long was the schooling process? I don't even know.
So I believe I went for about 7 months there, and I came back here. Well, I went for 7 months there. I got my certificate, and then the opportunity to be a electrician came up here.
Oh.
In the apprenticeship, and my dad's an electrician.
Yeah.
At the time, my sister was going to school in Vegas to be an electrician.
Really?
And everyone pretty much convinced me that massage was frou-frou, blah, blah, put it in the back, come here, get a real job, get benefits, support your kid.
Yeah.
So I tried that out, and I lasted 9 months. Yeah, I just kind of figured a lot of people in that industry were upset. You know, just getting up at crack of dawn, wearing Carhartts in 100-degree weather or any type of weather. You had to get out there. And it just wasn't enjoyable. So I lasted 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, he's sheet metal worker in the union. So, yep, that sounds pretty much like him every day. So I think his alarm goes off at like 2:30 in the morning most of the time. It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm just not in that frame of mind ever.
But now I have like understanding where they come from, being a massage therapist, and I'm like, you need a massage. I was carrying that conduit. I was digging ditches, just like these people. So I know the benefits massage would help. Just even relax their mind, because it's just real stressful.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. So you found your role in that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I came back to school, and I went to Tri-City School of Massage here, and I was there for about 7 months.
Okay, right on. And what was that experience like?
So coming from California, we had 3 teachers, and coming from California, I was like, oh, this is boring. They got old school. They got VHS players and stuff like that. So I'm sure I wasn't the perfect student. But a couple years later, I realized that's the best school in the Tri-Cities.
Really?
Yes, I was a substitute teacher at a different school, and I was like, oh, the school I went to is the best school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
nice.
It just kind of made me realize, like, I should have been a little bit more open to the experience.
Yeah. Hindsight is always, like that. Very cool.
Yeah.
So you went to school here, and then, so when did you start practicing here?
So I went to school in 2014, 15, and it took like a year to get my license, just with my history and things. They wanted to make sure that it was okay, So I opened my business September 2016.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
so a couple years in?
Yes.
And what has that process been like? And we were talking about it a little bit before, how, having a business, there's always things to learn and things you didn't even know you were doing and should be doing.
And things I still need to learn. And I'm just the type of person that goes by the flow. I'm surprised I even got here on time. I don't get to place, like, time's not my friend. I think it's man-made, it's made up, and I'm on my own clock. So it's hard to say I'm a leader of this business and have these clients and not be able to make it to work on time, and things that you have to do to run a business. So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you think that's probably the hardest thing you've run into is just time management? Or?
I think so. For me, it's time management. As far as the books and things like that, I don't worry about anything. So everything just kind of goes how it's going to go.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So was there I don't want to say spiritual journey, but was there a spiritual journey involved with coming into this business, or was it just kind of you let it fall where it fell? And
so when I first started going to school, my best friend, she's really into God. And at the time, I believed in God, but I wasn't into God like her. We started Transformative Touch in California. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it broke up is because we had different views. She wanted to make the website and put something about God on there. And I was like, no, you're going to run people away and things like that. So it's come full circle because that's what I do now. Right? Yeah. And that's what's working for me, and that's why my business is thriving.
Yeah.
So as far as spiritual journey, it wasn't going through the process wasn't a spiritual journey. When I came and found God myself, that's when my business started flourishing. Yeah. So, yeah.
So as you're going through and you've started this business and you've got a couple years under your belt now, are there any things that you're looking to change or to keep the same, or is the flow nice for you?
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I would like more clients, of course.
Well, yeah.
I would like that to change, but it comes with word of mouth and giving massages so people can tell others how good I am.
Oh, of course.
And it's just a slow process, and I would change. Right now I'm renting a space in a building, and I want my own purple building.
Yeah.
For Transformative Touch. What else would I change? Nothing. I would like to make more money so I can give more away. So right now I do a free clinic on the 21st of every month for anybody grieving over the loss of a loved one. So in 2015 I lost my nephew, and he was under one, so it was really traumatic for me, and in that time I got a lot of massages, and it just helped de-stress. There's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So now I do that, and I would love to just give more.
Yeah. What a great way to give back.
Yeah.
That's, because you've experienced it and you know how much it helped people in that process. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's a great stress reliever, and just for people to be able to lay down and calm their minds for an hour. Our society does not know how to relax.
Oh my gosh, I agree with that so much.
Yeah, so just to get them in there and just an hour of pleasure and just sleep, do whatever, you calm down is really good, and I like to be able to help people do that.
I'm sure that you find people hold a lot in their body as far as stress and negative emotions, and sometimes I feel like even positive emotions can bring on tension in our body if we're really excited about something, because that positive and negative stress.
Yeah, it's just a stress period. I can talk to someone who doesn't really work out, doesn't do anything, but they have all these knots, and what's going on? Something's going on in their mind. And in order to change all change starts in your mind. So yeah, it's good to just be able to let all that go. I really don't worry about anything. I got a ticket the other day. I'm like, all right, just give me my ticket. Let me go.
On my way.
I got to go volunteer for church. Leave me alone.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So what kind of treatments do you do? What kind of massage do you do?
So I think my specialty is cupping. I love cupping.
I have never tried it, but it looks interesting.
I think it'll help your back.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just a deeper technique, and sometimes people have such tense muscles that I'm not going to hurt myself trying to help them, right? So you need a tool to help them. So I love cupping. I've done it all, geriatric, pregnancy massage, Swedish massage, deep tissue. I'm going to go to a conference in Shoreline in September, and I'm going to take a breast massage class.
Really?
You have to be certified for that, and not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And I hear of a lot of heavy-chested people having issues with their body.
Yeah. So is it just supposed to help with tension release, or is it supposed to like stimulate tissue, or what exactly does it help promote?
With massage?
With the breast tissue massage.
I just think it relaxes the muscles when you go and when you massage in there. And I'm going to learn more. I just kind of got an overview. But even just chest massage, I don't know too many chest massage techniques, so I can go in there.
There you go.
And help somebody.
Especially if it's not something that's offered very, freely in this area.
And it's taboo. A lot of people don't even like to take their clothes off without you seeing them. So I'm going to have to be welcoming and inviting so they'll be able to expose their chest to me. So it'll be something different.
Yes, it will. I don't know that I would be that brave.
Yeah.
Maybe I would. I don't know.
And I'm just thinking about even breast cancer survivors and that scar tissue. And maybe I don't know, maybe I can cup, because I know cupping's good for scar tissue. So
is it?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So basically with the cupping, it's just like a little suction cup that is applied?
Yes. So you can get hard plastic or silicone cups, and you just put them everywhere. My best friend, I just gave her a massage, and she has like this one little 1-year-old, and we were just cupping on her. You can cup on anybody.
Yeah. Nice. That's really cool. So you also use hemp oil, right? I saw that on your page.
So I just got involved in a business. It's called Prime My Body. And they sell hemp oil, and it goes hand in hand with massage. I didn't know, so it's CBD, and I didn't know until I got into the business about a month ago, but it relieves your pain. It helps with fight cancer. It does. It helps me sleep, so I've never got a good night's rest in my life, and in the last month I've been sleeping.
What?
Yes, and I gave some to my mom the other day, and I rubbed. She had arthritis and things, and I was like, "Oh, just try this." And she's like, she was a little leery because a lot of people don't know the difference between marijuana and hemp.
Sure.
And just it's really taboo, and it's been kept underneath the closet, in the dark. So I have to educate a lot of people. So I gave it to my mom. I left. My daughter texted me, telling me Granny's arthritis is better. And that was probably like an hour afterwards.
Really?
And then my mom the next morning called me, like, where's my hemp oil? Because she slept at night. She's like, it helped her sleep better.
Really?
So CBD is the miracle molecule.
Right?
Yeah.
I knew that it was good for topical pain relief, but I didn't realize that it had such great, like, sleep aid qualities.
Yes.
No idea.
The oil that my company produces is you take it internally.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it goes into your cells. 87 to 90% of the CBD goes directly into your cells, and 10 to 15 minutes afterwards, you'll start feeling something.
Nice. Is it like a dropper kind of?
Like a pump.
Oh, okay. So like a spray kind of thing?
Yeah. I'll have to show it's in my purse. I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah. Because I've seen the drops. I've never taken them.
Okay.
I've seen the drops that you like put under the tongue, but I've never seen the sprays before.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother-in-law likes the creams and stuffs. Stuffs. Do you like that?
I do like the stuffs.
The cream and stuff for her wrists and stuff, because she gets, she's on the computer a lot, so she's got a bad carpal tunnel kind of thing going on. So I know that she really likes that, but it's good to know about that sleep part. Sleep is an elusive thing sometimes. My goodness.
And sleep, if you don't get sleep, you're not healthy. You don't have health.
Right?
Yes, you don't have energy. You want to drink Red Bulls all day or something just to keep up with that, And it's just, I love CBD now that I know what it does. So I just kind of incorporate it with massage. Like it's a 2-for-1, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And with the creams, I've had a lot of people who don't want to take it, who don't want to ingest it for the simple fact they don't know the difference between hemp and marijuana. They think it's going to get them high, which it does not. So with our oil, you can rub it on also. Okay. And I've had a lot of people who don't want to take it. They're like, So I've just rubbed it on people, you know, their shoulders or their knees, and like, oh, I feel better. I was like, you would feel 100 times better if you let me pump it in your mouth.
Take it. Just take it.
Yes. So it's just about education, and I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're so right, though. There's so much misinformation out there. Yes. And so much fear attached to it, and so much stigma, and you're just like, well, if you just look at what it actually is, it's all going to be all right.
And I tell people, do your research. They're like, what will it do for me? Google it. Mm-hmm. Go to Google, put what are the benefits with CBD, and say I have insomnia, and see what it does. Mm-hmm. You know, and just in our world today, there's a lot of people on opioids for pain relief, and they get hooked. And this is not something that you get hooked on. It's a natural plant. Yeah. And I think that's why we don't know a lot about it. It's in the dark because it's natural.
It's still going to make big pharma need money, you know?
But it's not helping. I mean, big pharma is not helping people while they're getting hooked and dying.
I know.
And then families are devastated.
Right. Yes. I've seen a lot of addiction to pain meds in my family, my own family, and I always tell my husband, no, I'm not going to take any over-the-counter pain meds or any kind of pain meds because I'm so scared of because there's a lot of things that suggest that addiction is hereditary.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, no, I don't want any of it. Please, no.
So you just kind of breathe through your pain?
I find a lot of oils, mind space. You got to find that right mind space to really get through it, because I'm so scared of being addicted to anything. It's crazy. How about you? Have you experienced that with anybody that you know, or?
Sure. Let me think. Not necessarily pain pills, but I've, alcohol, just other drugs, just to kind of numb whatever's going on with their lives. Yeah. And I'm not too afraid that I'll become an alcoholic because my family members won or whatever's going on. I just see the issue and I just want to help them. It's like, how can you help them? Even with this oil, it helps with, like you were talking about earlier, mental clarity. In my family, there's a lot of mental illness that runs in my family. And I just wish I could give it to that person, Yeah. But having that mental illness, of course, they don't think they need it. Get away from me. It's like, okay, I'm going to slip it in your orange juice.
You can take this.
Just that, and I just want to help. It's like, if you knew how much better that you could be. Yeah. And I'm just all about this world being better, I guess.
Yeah. It's very, very challenging when you're watching people who are struggling with, emotional or mental struggles of any kind. Because like you're saying, you're like, if you would just try it, just go a different direction, step away from what is the norm or what, you might see everybody else doing. Because there's so many more natural and beneficial ways to go about it as far as treating those things.
And when we didn't have all those drugs, how did we sustain ourselves? They picked like herbs or whatever to help them.
Right. So going back to your practice, is there any other type of oils or anything that you use when doing massage?
Olive oil.
Olive oil?
I go to the grocery store and get extra virgin olive oil, and I use it. The oil is really good for the cupping. I do gliding cups, so that's like sliding it across your back. So it just helps glide it. across your back. So that's all. I'm very simple. I
Yeah.
don't have a bunch of stuff around. It's just kind of like my table and me. That's all my business. My
Yeah.
business needs me.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's awesome. What a simple and clean approach. I love that.
Because if you have too much going on or too much in my little space, then it just takes away from what I'm doing. Like I'm there to focus on their body. And that's all I need. Their body, my hands, some oil, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because the last time I was in for a massage, the gal was asking me, what scents I wanted because there was like a foot soak thing at the beginning, and she gave me like 10 different choices as far as what kinds of scent I wanted, and I'm just like, I don't know. Everyone's gonna make me feel good.
And I've heard of people do use essential oils, and it does something. The essential oils do help your body, but I don't do any of that. It's like, let's get down to the issue, right? Like, you're here for me to help you. What do you need help with? I feel, and I don't even think I give Swedish massages, but when I first started and had to give them, I felt like I wasn't doing anything for the
Really?
person. Yes, I like to, if you have knots, I like to get in there and work them out. But I kind of incorporate deep tissue and Swedish, so I'm not for the whole hour. It's like they're in pain.
Right.
So then, like, kind of rub it over
You want
and
them to come back?
feel more pain, Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go through the process, about how long do you do a typical massage? Do you like offers like 30-minute massage, half-hour massage, or half-hour, 30 minutes are the same thing? Let's talk about that. Half-hour, hour massage.
So I offer hours and hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
I've done 30 minutes. I've done 2 hours. 2 hours is too long. 30 minutes is not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So between, I think an hour and a half, you can cover the whole body and like treat most of the knots in an hour and a half. So that's like the optimal time that I would have someone get a massage.
Gotcha. So do you work just mainly with people that are going for more like de-stress and stuff like that, or do you work with people that have injuries or?
So I've worked for a few different chiropractors, so I've worked with people with injuries. As far as my business, people come in there just kind of to de-stress, and a lot of people, even though it's massage, the therapy part, they like to talk and and kind of tell me why they're stressed or what's going on. So listening is a big part of massage. I've had more than a lot of people tell me that they don't go to a certain place because the massage therapist is talking and not listening, right? Or they said, "Oh, my shoulder hurts," and the massage therapist never even touched their shoulder,
Seems way counterintuitive.
Yeah, so that's the number one thing. Like, you don't even have to have the best massage skills, but if you listen to what that person's saying and kind of work that area, they're going to leave out of there happy.
Yeah. Man, I bet you hear a lot from a lot of people going in there that are just stressed beyond.
Yeah, it kind of, in the chiropractic field mostly, and people would talk and like that energy, you kind of take it on. So it'd be a long day and I get home and I'm just like, because for me, I don't watch cable. Like, I don't even know what's going on around me. Like, I looked at my Instagram and someone's talking about Trump this and Trump. I was like, oh, just things like that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's how I keep all of that out. That's how my spirit is up. That's why I stay positive, because I'm in my own little world. I'm in this hemp massage god world, and then everything else I don't know about.
I totally relate to that. It's like, I don't do it intentionally, really. I just find, like you're talking about that zone, this is where I'm at, and, every once in a while the real world kind of seeps in again, and you're like, what the heck is going on out there?
And just part of that, too, is a lot of people like to put a lot of energy into the negative that's going on instead of put that energy into yourself and what you can do that's positive. Want to complain about this and that or this and that, instead of complaining, how can you change it
Mm.
so that you can be happier with the situation? Sitting at home, ranting on your Facebook, not going to do anything for it.
Right.
And half the people aren't listening to you.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what that would look like if everybody did that just for a day. Just for one day.
Wow, it would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Everybody would be so stress free. And like people just don't understand why they're stressed out, because you're not focused on yourself. There's so much that we can improve with ourselves. Like we were talking about earlier, just picking up a book. I was looking at something on my Facebook. I don't even know his name. What's the late night guy's name? Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Kimball? Whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's two Jimmys.
So he was talking about they would go around and ask people, what's the last book you read? And people couldn't even tell them. Like in the last year, there's no book that they read, you know?
Oh, no.
And how do you gain knowledge and wisdom if you don't read, if you don't explore, if you don't get out of your little shell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to... I mean, there are a few shows that I still keep up on, because, I've got a couple.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that the more I've kind of turned away from that, and it's like, one day I was just like starving. I was like, I need to know all of the different things, and so I started reading and listening to more audiobooks, and like pretty soon a few more of those shows that I used to really keep up on just kind of drifted away, and I'm like, I wonder whatever happened to that show, It's amazing what happens once you get going. It's just like there's never enough, and it's so reassuring that there's always so much more out there to learn.
There is. And I look back at shows I used to watch, and just, let's say for ID shows, the ID channel, where they always talk about killing, or they have all those murders and police shows. That goes to your head. That affects you. All that negative energy, even though we don't think it does, it really does. And the programming now with just language and nudity and just free for all, that's ingrained into us, and we become what we do and what we watch all the time, right?
Yeah. I just recently realized the weight of that. Have you heard of the show 13 Reasons Why?
It's on Netflix. I've seen it, and it's about suicide. Is that correct? I haven't seen it, though.
So I think about a year ago, the first season came out, which I watched. And then I saw an advertisement for it somewhere when I was doing something online, and it's like, oh, the new season's out. I was like, okay, so I'll turn it on, and I watched it, and it changed my whole day. It was like I had this weird weight, like it was just so heavy. Granted, there was a couple different aspects of the storyline that I could so relate to with past experiences that I had had, but I don't know why, what shifted in me to make it to where I was so able to realize that, and how it's seriously, like, I called my husband and I was like, I just feel so off right now. Like, I just am, like, down, So I totally get what you're saying. Ugh. I wish we could just, like, shake all that off immediately and be like, okay, I'm ready to go on my way. But it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way, and if you keep allowing that information to come, it's harder and harder to shake it off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure you see this all day long with people that are carrying all that in their body and their muscles, and they're just, like, so tense. Like, I can imagine, being a massage therapist and just knowing, like, how tense this person is, and just...
And it's, for me, it's kind of hard, though, talk about their issues. And then I'll just be like, the one way to solve it is within. Like, people tell me, for instance, I'm overweight. I'm overweight, too, so I'm not talking about overweight people. But they'll say that, but the one thing that solves it is your mind, right? We've been programmed, take these protein shakes, do this, go to the gym. But if you just think about yourself, what do you like to do? Would you just like to walk? Go on a walk, Do some yoga. I used to just do yoga because it's so easy. But it helps me with my breathing. It helps me be in tune what's going on right at that moment. And it just helps in a lot of different ways. And if people can just look inside and like, what can I do to make myself better? Then it will work out. But being the therapist, I can't be like, oh, this is what you need to do. I can't do that.
Yeah. It's interesting you bring up breathing, because I think that was the first thing for me that really pulled things into focus. Was just being aware of my breath and breathing and how I was breathing, and was I using my diaphragm? Was I breathing up here in my chest? Like how did that feel in my body? And I feel like that was the first thing that really brought me back into my body.
Yes.
And I'm sure as a massage therapist, you see a lot of people that are hanging out outside of their body, and then it's just all like clenched up.
Yeah, and just sitting down, even when you're nervous or anxious, just chill out, take a few breaths, and everything is better.
Yeah.
And we're not taught how to breathe. I think I took a breathing class at my first massage school. And he's like, you're not taught how to breathe. You're not taught how to take these big breaths in and out, you know? And it just changes a lot inside of you. Yeah, there's
something
like
so simple.
Books on breath.
Right?
Yeah.
So simple, and it does so much for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting all that. I mean, if you think about it, even down to like pulling oxygen into your muscles, like, how are those muscles supposed to do their thing if they ain't getting what they need,
No, and if we're just on the go or anxious or worried, it's like these short breaths, and that just makes you more anxious. So if you just slow down, that's what I do. I'm just like, I'm sure people don't like it, but I just live in my own time. Like I told you, I'm really slow, and I just go with my own flow. And since I've started to do that, maybe within the last couple years, everything works out the way it's supposed to work out, regardless of what happens. And I've had some terrible things happen to me, even in the last month.
Sure.
And I'm just like, oh, right?
It is.
Yeah.
So was that transition hard? That whole like, okay, I'm just going to take a step back and let things play out as they're intended?
So I think at the beginning it was, but now it's not. I am into God a lot, and that does help me to think that things are beyond me, and a lot of things are beyond my understanding. And if something bad happens, it might not necessarily be bad. When I look back, I'm like, that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it got me to where I am now. Right?
Yeah. I've experienced a few of those.
Yes.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
I can look back at every bad experience now and be thankful for it.
Yeah. For me, that letting go process was really hard because I like control. Okay. And I like to just, I like to know how it's all going to go, or I used to. Okay. I'm much better at it now. Because, again, I have found, just like you, that it really does go the way that it's intended to go. And you don't have to be so, like, on top of it and control every aspect of things.
And being controlling kind of gets you anxious, and that's not positive energy. It's kind of negative. So when you have that negative energy, not negative things are going to happen. Like, if you try to control everything and one thing goes off, that just messes up your whole day, right? So if you just kind of let things go how it's going to go, you can expect for things, but if it doesn't go that way, then just expect something different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The only thing that I find challenging about that now is navigating situations with other people who don't view it the same way that I do, because they're still very much into that control everything down to the T aspect, and I find it difficult to navigate those situations, but make it through.
Yeah, and you have to be empathetic with people because you were in that situation at one point in time, and if it brings that much stress, you just leave that person alone. That's what I've learned, how to leave a lot of people alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it makes my life lot less stressful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, de-stress is always good.
Mm-hmm. And I think what you think or how you are, you'll attract those people. So, say within the last 2 years, I've kind of felt myself being at home by myself a lot, right? Because I was getting rid of all that negative energy and things. And now I feel I'm attracting a lot of people with my same views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was having a conversation with my daughter about her moving to her new classroom, because I just finished up school, and she was really worried because none of her friends from her old class would be in her new class, and she felt like it was hard for her to make friends and all these different things. And I finally I had to lay it all out for her. I was like, well, love, I didn't feel like I found people that thought like I do or are similar in the way that I am until just a couple of years ago.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, young.
Yeah. So it took me a while, but I'm getting there.
And you're advanced because a lot of 29-year-olds don't come to that realization. They still hang around the same people that bring them down just to feel acceptance. And if you're yourself, people who accept you will come.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for saying that. Yes. But yeah, I had to lay it out for her, and I think that she was kind of surprised by that, in her 9-year-old mind. She's thinking, what? My mom is like way old, and she's just now, finding her people. But honesty is best policy, I think. I really do.
And you just have to teach her to be herself, and she'll have friends. Friends will come. My daughter, right now, she's dark. She's wearing this afro. We live in Richland. She goes to Marcus Whitman, and I just have to tell her, there's not too many people like you. And people, when they don't understand something, they like to put it down or something. But you just have to be yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so hard to do when you're young, though.
Yeah. It was hard for her maybe a couple years ago, but we're at the point to where everybody loves her because of her personality and things. Because I'm teaching her, don't follow the crowd, don't do what other people do.
Yeah, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Make your own way. And like you said, you'll attract those people.
And I want to just teach her early. Maybe I didn't get those life lessons early, so I tried to blend in. I never fit in. I'm like, oh. Until now, I'm just myself, and I don't have to fit in. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. I'm just coming into that realization. I can't just go left because everybody's going left. I have to do my research, and if it's cool to go right, you got to go right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's tricky at times because sometimes it feels lonely, but then, you just got to kind of remember that the people that you're attracting are also feeling the same things.
Yes.
So it's good to lean in on those people that you find.
And then you can just have similar experiences and inspire other people.
Yeah. There is so much opportunity for, like we were talking about earlier, that negativity to spill over, especially with our young people. And they're on social media all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
And anything goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy cow, yes.
It's where's the boundaries? There's no boundaries.
How are you, if you don't mind me asking, how are you navigating that with your daughter? Because I am terrified for my kids to get older and really start diving in on the social media front. I'm just like, oh.
So, with her, she has a phone, and I let her do the little kid apps at night. The phone's not in her room.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't have cable, so she can watch Netflix, the little kid shows.
Yeah.
So she's pretty much in her own little protective space. And I think that I've given her enough values and confidence at home to where she goes out. She's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't worry about her.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. It is scary and it is intimidating, but I think you're absolutely right. As long as we just remember that we're instilling these things in them and this is what we're training them to do. We're training them to be adults. We're just raising
and just
adults.
leaders.
Yeah.
To be good leaders. So when all the kids who aren't doing right sees your kid doing right, like, oh, maybe I should do it. Go do something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my daughter's brought home kids I didn't truly like.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they get around us, it's like, oh, I like being here.
Mm.
You know, I play a lot of Christian music, or we dance a lot. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, and it's just something totally different from that rap cussing stuff they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just have to see a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep perpetuating that, you know, with the young people, for sure. For sure. So how do you, speaking of, as we progress in the community, how do you foresee massage therapy behaving in the Tri-Cities? Do you think that it'll increase or kind of stay where it's at, or what do you think?
So I think it'll grow and it'll increase because the Tri-Cities is growing and increasing, and we're getting a lot of more open-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
I still get the people, I'm like, oh, I'm a massage therapist. That's what my wife's for. Okay. All right. Well, you must not know too much about massage.
Right.
And that's where just knowing where people grew up and where they come from and trying to talk their language, that's where that comes from. But we're growing. There's people coming from all different parts and understanding that it's medically beneficial. It's not just, and if it's me especially, it's not just, I'm not going to just pat you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting out of the stereotypes of massage parlors and things like that. You know, just being professional.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, my dear, thank you for coming and sharing your story and giving us all the insights to what you do. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for listening. If you would like to help support Unraveling with Rayne, go to patreon.com/unravelingwithrayne. When you become a patron, you receive bonus content such as behind-the-scenes footage, along with other special content that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Music for Unraveling with Rayne was provided by Barefoot Randy.